Hey everyone, it's Libby from maighstirtarot. I'd like to acknowledge the Worimi First Nations people, the traditional custodians of the land on which these videos are made, and welcome to you, your guides, my guides, and the universal energies. Entertainment only. Okay, there is an awful lot going on. Goodness me, where on earth do I start? First of all, Monday here is a public holiday, so today is Friday, so I'll have at least the next 2 days off. And seeing how things pan out, I might even take the Monday off as well because hubby will be home and we are trying to get the house packed up. Actually, the house is pretty good. The house is pretty well packed up, but his shed, oh boy. So just bear with me in regards to that. I may or may not be on Monday depending on what's happening in the world. But what I do want to have a look at is I actually want to have a look at the orange twerp's health. Now I've looked at it. I know readers look at them all the time, but and I know Denise Knight does it every day. Absolutely fabulous reading. So thank you for drawing the short straw for us on that, Denise. But I'm a little bit curious because what happened is that the orange twerp was at the chest beating He-Man carry on in front of the top military brass, and you could see the jaw clenching and the why the F are we here eye rolling happening in the audience, and with Heggs and the twerp up on stage carrying on like they did. I think then he had the announcement in regards to the Pfizer deal. Oh, gee, apparently $500 million backhanded brown paper bag. That's a big brown paper bag in regards to that announcement. But he hasn't been seen since. Now, today's presser was Shady, JD Vance, aka Shady, was the one taking the questions at the presser. He was just being his usual idiot self. I really get the feeling that the orange twerp wasn't supposed to go to the military episode, whatever you like to call it, because it was weird. It was actually supposed to be Shady that went, and part of the transition for Shady becoming the president. Now, Pritzker, the governor of Illinois, is calling for the 25th Amendment, which is to remove the orange twerp for health reasons. And the fact that Shady was at the doing the presser today. Now, the orange twerp is supposed to, according to his schedule, literally the only thing he's got scheduled in from now until the end of the weekend was a swearing in of the US ambassador to Sweden. I thought he already had done that back in earlier this year, but anyhow, according to the news reports. So that's literally the only thing. I mean, they do have other things on his schedule, like he's supposed to get his intelligence briefing and stuff, but nothing that's actually public. And the fact that it was Shady doing the presser today, well, we've got the Hanged Man and we've got the Sun card. Can be my acting like a child, obvious card. But it could also be something being exposed, and the Hanged Man means that out of action, potentially. Remembering, he hasn't golfed for weeks. We haven't seen him golf for weeks. I have one of my beautiful viewers who is a medical, very well, long experience as a medical personnel, saying that the speech that the orange twerp did to the top brass sounded like he was gurgling through fluid-filled lungs. So I just want to have a look at his health. Now, remember, I'd said ages ago that it'll be literally weekend at Bernie's. They will first of all they will keep him propped up, but they also will keep him concealed. Now, there's been a lot of AI that's come out shown to be AI about the supposed live presses where nobody's there, which have the fill-in morphing gaps between scenes where they've removed and then they morph it to try and make it look like it hasn't been removed. That jumped out at me. That jumped out. The Knight of Pentacles, which is about considering information about his health or perhaps just holding back on information. as they are desperately trying to stabilize it, whatever this is. This is my vascular event card. And then we've got the Ace of Swords, specialists. And then we might get an announcement about his really poor health. And right on cue, there is that cough. Got the dementia, you've got the stealing of the intellect as well, that doesn't help. Got the walking away, you've got the infighting, you've got being on the defensive. These are not good cards for him. Now, when he was talking about, what was it, the Pfizer the other day, he said $17 trillion will be saved, or whatever it was, by Americans. Yep, there's my door, a door not going. Hang on a sec. Sorry about that. That was my doorbell going. Okay, right. So, yeah, I just want to have a look on his health. I can't even remember where I was up to. Oh, that's the problem about pausing. Okay, so I want to have a look on his health. It's missing in action, shady doing the presser, nothing on his itinerary. Sounding like he was speaking through fluid-filled lungs and the usual cough. Okay, let's see where we go. Now, I've also been summoned for babysitting duties this afternoon, so I was hoping to get another couple of videos out today, but I will do my best perhaps when I get home later. Okay, bear with me, but let's have a look. Let's have a look. Life is never easy. Okay, let's have a look. What do we need to know about the orange twerp's health? Oh, that's right. Yes, I was reminding, my guides are reminding me, and I was reminding you that they had said that they're not ready for shady yet, and there will be the cover up. He threw a real spanner in their works by demanding that he be the one to speak at the military, the top brass get together, because it was supposed to be, is my feels, it was supposed to be Hegseth, Shady, who else was supposed to be there? And of course, was it Johnson? And of course, these people never even were there. And it was supposed to be sort of a consolidation of Shady in this He-Man chest beating, but he got foiled. So it's almost like they've had to move on to plan B, C, D, E. But let's have a look. Come on down. Now, I'm just going to say, I'm just going to say in regards to Chicago, the thuggery that went on with the apartment building. Now, I do want to do a reading on that, but whether I get to it or not, the thuggery that went on with the apartment building in the middle of the night, rappelling from Black Hawk helicopters. I believe there was about 300 ICE agents, cleared out the entire apartment block. I believe there was about 37 are actually arrested from the entire apartment block. But I mean, middle of the night, and women, children, innocent men, citizens are put in cable ties and marched out, children separated from their parents, just ghastly, ghastly stuff. This was pre-planned. I'm going to say this was pre-planned before, because you can't organise these things that quick, remembering that at the top brass get-together, the Orange Twerp said, oh, wouldn't Chicago be wonderful for military training exercises? So just know that the Chicago, I'm going to say bullshittery, was planned before that chest beating carry on that was just, you could see the brass who earned their stripes in combat and in strategy, and they've seen presidents come and go over the years. Imagine having to sit through that and be insulted in the way they were, just absolutely despicable. But just know that the Chicago had been, it was in the works before then. You've got the government shutdown. I also want to have a look at that. Okay, I'm going to talk about all of it just in case I don't get back today. My daughter-in-law is trying to get some work done work done, and the little one isn't napping as he should, so the call's gone out. But Johnson has also said, while a shutdown is very damaging on Fox, while a shutdown is very damaging for real American people who depend on government services, it can provide an opportunity to downsize the scope and scale of government, which is something that we've always wanted to do. So again, my cards yesterday and the guide yesterday were that this was very deliberate, this shutdown. They actually wanted it to happen. Consolidation of power and getting rid of government services. Oh, and I put in my post section, but apparently every government website has this on it, blaming the radical left for the shutdown. Well, considering the GOP have the House, the Senate, and the presidency, not quite sure how the radical left, who all they wanted was healthcare to be continued for the American people, how it's their fault. But apparently the order came through. There was one of my lovely viewers who phoned the Department of Ag and to complain about the radical left shutting the government down, etc. And the girl that answered the phone said they are just incredibly embarrassed by that. They have no control over that message, and apparently it's on all government websites. They must think the American people are stupid or something. Like, duh. And it's just high school antics idiocy. I'm sorry, but so Johnson, now when he was confronted in the halls of Congress by a Democrat on microphone about the rant at the military presentation, chest beating rant, Johnson is, oh, they're unhinged on both sides. But so in other words, he wasn't saying that the orange twerp wasn't unhinged, and you could see he was trying to look for an escape. He had some butt clenching going on. He was just deliberate. He knew it was deliberate. He did this deliberately. I have no words. But what this is about, this is not just, it is partially about the fact of, means the Epstein files, they can't vote on releasing them. But those files could come from a different direction. What I'm getting, this is more about a consolidation of power. By doing this shutdown, the regime have basically declared that the Congress is irrelevant. End of story. And Congress allowed them to make themselves irrelevant. Okay. In regards to Chicago, they also apparently the ICE thugs raided a homeless shelter, detaining all of 4 people in a shelter of about 300 or something, 200 and something. Apparently 35 masked agents and SUVs with no warrants swept through the homeless shelter. I'm not quite sure how the homeless are supposed to have documentation on themselves, but... And news out of California in regards to ICE is the car wash owner, the 79-year-old Rafi Shuhed, is suing the Department of Homeland Security for $50 million. It's all on camera. They turned up at his car wash. He tried to show them the work authority, the work permit papers for his workers, and was ignored. He was shoved to the ground. It was just absolutely awful. Department of Homeland Security are trying to blame him for preventing ICE of doing their duty, which the video footage shows that there was no such thing. And absolutely abuse of power, as I split the deck and I'm talking about the Californian one. And we have the King of Swords, the legal action being taken in regards to this abuse of power. But that's not what I'm going to read. Sorry, I'll hop off my little soapbox at 1444 I saw. And I just want to have a look at the orange twerp's house. Let's have a look at his house. What do I need to know about the health of the orange twerp? Oh, it's my doorbell going again. Nothing there, Goosey. Here's right. Come on down, let's power through. Right, the Sun card. Again, there's that Sun card. Something is going to be fully exposed. Yes, hello, my little man. Something is going to be fully exposed on full display, can no longer be ignored. And we've got the Empress card. Oh, hey, come here. Right, the Empress card. Challenged by the Empress. Now is this Russia going to release something? Or is this in regards to him needing full-time care? Let's see where it goes. 3 major arcana straight out of the bag, which tells us this is a really big take note. Something has been kept hidden, the energy that they're stewing in at the moment, and gosh, that's what the dog was barking at. Husband home. Hang on a sec. 3 weeks. 3 weeks till I get an office. Sorry. Oh dear. Okay, come on back down. So I'm asking about his health. Something significant has been kept hidden here. That's the energy they're stewing in at the moment, keeping it covered up. Okay, in the past, we've got the throwing under the bus, the infighting. Do we tell this message? Do we not tell this message? This is the infighting within the ranks of the regime. I'm not going to say the GOP. I'm talking about the regime, the inner circles of the regime, because they're not ready for Vance yet. They're not ready for Vance to take over. The military presentation was supposed to be a major step in that. They're not ready for it, but it was to be a major step. And the orange twerp foiled their plans. Okay, see where they go. Okay, we've got some sort of an announcement that's going to come out from the White House. It might be a cancelled meeting. It might be a closed door meeting. It might be, there's going to be some sort of big announcement that's going to come out. Okay. And it is going to be, so the immediate future is lies, basically. Whatever they tell you, it's going to be lies. There will be some that know about these lies and that will resign. You might find some resignations or some walking away. But this isn't about an abuse of power and with the 5 of Swords. Win at any cost, abuse of power, lying. I'm asking about his health of all things, believe it or not. Okay, externally, when I'm talking about health pentacles, health cards, they're trying to work out what the heck to do externally, but in secret. So secret meetings to try and work out what to externally put out there. Internally, well, it could be placating the orange twerp, or it could be shutting the mouth of the orange twerp, because every time he opens his mouth, his dementia is more and more on display. But internally, this could be some sort of display of strength, but it's, don't believe your eyes in regards to it. It might be something that's AI that's put out. Consolidation of strength. Where do we go? Okay, they've got there's a crossroads here in regards to the specialists of what they are recommending to do. So 2 of Swords, 2 of Cups on the back foot with a defensive action. So medicating perhaps, or coming to some sort of agreement, defending on the back foot, and the Hanged Man about the orange twerp not being seen. Okay. We've got the legislators here, the lies, something unexpected coming out of left field, Five of Pentacles, which is about poor health. It's just going to be too chaotic to try and move it forward, and it's literally dripping through the fingers. We've then got the Eight of Pentacles, which is about working on it, but I don't think they're going to be able to. It's in free fall, and they're not going to like the options, and they're trying to keep things secret, but I think the secret's going to come out. So do not believe everything that the White House puts out about the video footage. Now, what was being shown? Oh, there was AI stuff apparently about showing our own Prime Minister arguing with the orange twerp. Well, considering he hasn't met the orange twerp yet, except for in a chance encounter in the hallway. Oh, there's that again, the Sun card again. So, is there going to be, is the regime going to bring out deceptive propaganda about the orange twerp's health? Let's have a look. Deceptive propaganda. Page of Swords, Tower, and an announcement being made from the White House. Something unexpected being revealed on the bottom there. That will be a lie. And this, you know, the something stinks in Denmark, stinky fish. Don't believe what your eyes see, because it's going to be a lie. Might be a rumour that comes out about his downfall, and then the White House are going to make some sort of rah announcement that they're going to be on the defensive about him being out of action with the Hanged Man. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. As I said, sorry about the interruptions in that video. 3 weeks. Sorry about the interruptions in that video. There are, as I said, I wanted to have a look at the ice in Chicago and the Johnson shutdown, but I think we've pretty much covered that already over the last few days, and I'm sure other readers will be covering it as well. I may be back on again later this afternoon, but I may not, and everything is up in the air. The energy is up in the air. Things are just going crazy. Okay, I'm being summoned to grand sitting duties, so I shall see you shortly.